Welcome back to Living Higher. This week's topic is Shabbos, a revelation of how special we are. Rabbi Shimshon Pincus in Nefesh Shimshon on Tehillim, he brings down a very interesting observation that he observes between Shabbos and the rest of the Yom Tovim. He says, if you look at the Zmiris, if you look at the Nigunim, the songs that we sing on Shabbos, they're all about Shabbos. We sing Hashemer Shabbos, 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 Yom Menucha, Ki Eshmera Shabbos, Shabbos, Shabbos Kodesh, all the Nigunim, all the Zmiris that we sing are about Shabbos itself. But when it comes to Yom Tov, on Pesach, we don't sing Pesach, Pesach, Pesach. On Sukkot, we don't sing Sukkot, 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 Sukkot Hayom. We sing V'Samach B'Chagecha, Avodim Hayinu, Rosh Hashanah. We sing songs of Malchiyah, songs of Tshuva. We don't sing Rosh Hashanah, Rosh Hashanah. Why is it that on Shabbos, our Zmiris are about Shabbos itself, but in the other Yom Tovim, the Zmiris are just about what the Yom Tov is supposed to bring us to? So Rav Shimshon Pincus explains, he says that Shabbos is fundamentally different than the rest of the Yom Tovim, because every Yom Tov has something that's supposed to bring us to. On Pesach, it's all about the Geula from Mitzrayim. On Sukkot, it's about the fact that we sat in Sukkot. On Rosh Hashanah, it's about Malchiyas. It's about Din. It's about Tshuva. Shabbos, there's an inyan of Zocher es Yom HaShabbos L'Kadshei. You have to remember the Shabbos. On Shabbos, we have to remember what Shabbos is all about. And therefore, the Zmiris that we sing on Shabbos are all about Shabbos Kodesh, Shabbos, Shabbos Kodesh. What are we remembering? What memory should Shabbos bring us to? In this week's Parsha, Parshas V'Yakel, so the Pasuk says, talks right away about Shabbos. It says Moshe gathered together the people. Moshe Rabbeinu gathered together the people. First he tells them about Shabbos. He says, Lo yisavar ish b'chol moshe yiseichem b'yom HaShabbos. And if somebody does kol oiseh b'yom malacha, mois you must. If somebody does malacha on Shabbos, they're going to be put to death. And then right afterwards, it goes to donating for the Mishkan. There's a story, it's brought down in Lekut Amarim, it's brought down in Lekut Amarim on Torah, it's brought down in Lekut Amarim, Kedusha V'Taira, with the Rebbe Rabbinim, the Rebbe of Simcha Banim of Pshischa, that the Hasidim once asked him, they once told him, Rebbe, you're such a great person. You have a sheikhus, you have a connection to the essence of Shabbos. But us simple Yidden, us Hasidim, us Pashut Yidden, what connection, what sheikhus do we have to the awesomeness of Shabbos? How can we connect to Shabbos? How are we supposed to tap in to what the essence of Shabbos is all about? We're so simple. We're so insignificant. So the Rebbe Rabbinim told him that no, you're looking at it all wrong. The Rebbe Rabbinim told him like this. He said, every Yid, doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you know, it doesn't matter what you've done, but a Yid who carries a small item in his pocket from one Rishus to another Rishus on Shabbos, what does the Pasuk say? He was over on Shabbos and Moisi Yomasi has to be put to death. Why? Why? What did he do? It says the Rebbe Rabbunim, we don't understand how special we are. We don't understand the significance of our actions. We think that what I do, I carried from one Rishus to another Rishus, but that's not what happened. By you carrying from one Rishus to another Rishus an action that seems so insignificant, you created a kilkel, you created ruin, not just in this world, but in the parallel worlds going up as well. Masha Einkein on the flip side, when we do something right, when we do observe Shabbos the way that we're supposed to, and we think that what are we doing? We're doing nothing, we're just sitting there abstaining from malacha, abstaining from texting, not turning on a light. The action or the inaction of every single simple Yid is so significant that it has ramifications that go through all the worlds. All the worlds are affected by every single thing we do and every single thing we don't do. Said the Rebbe Rabbinim, how could you say that a simple Yid doesn't have a sheikhus to Shabbos when every action that you do has such significance, has such an impact on our world, has such an impact on everything that happens in the world? And it's told over that when the Hasidim heard this, they broke out into song and dance, and they literally danced until the morning came. They were so excited, so elated, so happy to hear about the significance that they too had, even though maybe they didn't understand the deeper, more esoteric messages of Shabbos Kodesh. I think this is something that we have to remember when it comes to Shabbos. Shabbos is not just a day off, although it is a day off, and yes, it's beautiful and you can enjoy and everything. But it's also an opportunity for us to reflect and say, wow, look at the significance that we have. Look how special we are to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Look what an impact every action that we do has in the world and in the parallel worlds. You know, I was thinking maybe this is also a connection why we go from, Moshe Rabbeinu goes from Shabbos straight to the Mishkan. Moshe Rabbeinu is telling the Yidden that we're going to build the Mishkan. He says, Kichu me'itchem truma la'Hashem, kol nediv libai. Whatever a person's heart moves him to donate, that's what you should bring for the Mishkan. Now I was thinking, so often we could think to ourselves, what do I have? I don't have much. What's the significance of what I have to offer? What's the significance of what I have to give? A person could think, oh, the Mishkan could be built without me. They don't need my small whatever it is. Moshe Rabbeinu is telling the Yid to know, every single Yid, every action that we take, everything that we do has significance and is important to Hashem. And whatever it is that we give, whatever it is that we could do, is so important. We might not realize, because we don't realize how big we are. We don't realize how awesome we are, how great we are, how special we are to Hashem. So we think it's insignificant, but that's not true. Whatever we do has tremendous, tremendous impact, even something that we perceive as small and insignificant. Rahmana liba bai. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants our heart. There's one thing that every single one of us has that we could give, and that is our heart. And that is what the Rebbeinu Shalom wants. The Rebbeinu Shalom doesn't need our money. He doesn't need us doing all these fancy stuff. He doesn't need us doing who knows what. He wants our heart. He wants us to come with our heart, realizing that the heart of a Yid, the beating heart of a Yid, how special that is and what it's worth. When we do something with heart, when we do something with a full heart, how special that is to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the attitude that you need when you're going to go and give something to build a Mishkan, to build a Beis HaMikdash. That's the attitude you have to have. But this is also what you have to remember on Shabbos. The significance of every single one of our actions, the significance of us. Let's try to live a little higher. It's coming Shabbos. Let's try to think about it a little bit on Shabbos, how special we are, what an impact it has, whatever we could do on our level on Shabbos, how tremendous it really is.